So now let's rank my favorite songs from one of my favorite 90s country babes, Faith Hill. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D. I'm going to bring to you another ranking. Today I'm going to be bringing to you my favorite songs by Faith Hill. Yes, this here Mississippi gal really became a big star in the mid-90s. After working as a secretary in a Nashville music publishing firm, she recorded a demo tape and was signed to Warner Brothers. She would release 7 studio albums and 4 compilation albums and 46 singles. And of course would go on to marry a certain Tim McGraw later on. Anyway, now I'm going to be ranking 12 of my favorite songs. Now, of course, like all my song rankings, I'm only going to be focusing on singles only. Okay? Now, I picked 12 of these. Okay? Now, before I go into this ranking, let me give some honorable mentions to 3 songs: Someone Else's Dream, The Secret of Life, and Let's Make Love, which has Tim McGraw. Anyway, so now if you are ready, let's get into this ranking, and here we go. Number 12 is Cry. Released as the first single from Faith's 5th album of that same name, this song was a factual success, but not close to as good as we wanted it to be. The song failed to climb higher than number 12 on the country chart, but however became a big hit on the adult contemporary chart. Which apparently, let me see, okay, this would be her 3rd song to top the chart, after she had recently hit the top the previous year with There You'll Be from the soundtrack to Pearl Harbor, which that song also unfortunately missed the top 10 on the Billboard chart, country chart, excuse me. Nevertheless, I think it was a pretty good song. I don't hear this song much anymore, as the album unfortunately couldn't match up to her other albums, as it failed to only go double platinum, becoming her weakest selling album to date. Of course, that was until her comeback album, 2005's Fireflies, which I was not too thrilled with, unfortunately, for certain reasons, but I'm not going to talk about that because I don't need to stir up controversy or anything like that, thank you. Anyway, I will say Cry is a pretty good song in ways. And yeah. However, Faith did go on to win a Grammy for Best Female Country Vocal Performance for the song, marking her 2nd win in that category. Number 11 is But I Will. Released as the 3rd single from her debut album, 1993's Take Me As I Am, which all singles from the album are on this ranking. This song is easily Faith's most underrated song of all time. And it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine because I listened to this song a lot. After seeing its music video on CMT a few times, I just love this song to pieces. Yeah, it's kind of, well, it's hard to explain this song, as I know it was co-written by Larry Stewart, who of course was a member of the band Restless Heart. I just find this song to be pretty darn beautiful and amazing. Oh, wow. If you've never heard this song, I think you should check it out. While this is an underrated song, the reason was because this song wasn't as big as WildOne and Piece of My Heart, as this song failed to climb higher than number 35 on the country chart, even though she redeemed herself with the title track of of her first album. But well, that's all she wrote. But this song, I think, is not too bad. I think I like it. Well, actually, I do like it, and I love it too. Duh. Number 10 is Where Are You Christmas? Released from the soundtrack to Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas movie, directed by Ron Howard and starring Jim Carrey. I will say this is a song I do get to hear at Christmas time every single year. It was written by James Horner, who of course also did the score for the movie, along with Will Jennings and Mariah Carey. Yes, you heard me correctly, as in the Mariah Carey, the big R&B superstar. Now, of course, as you know, the film in the movie was sung by Taylor Momsen, who played Cindy Lou Who. Of course, Momsen, who is now all grown up and, well, leader for the band The Pretty Reckless. And of course, she was also a star of TV's Gossip Girl. Anyway, the song is pretty good, actually. Now, originally, Mariah recorded this song, but because of a legal case with her ex-husband, Tommy Mottola, it couldn't be released, so it was re-recorded and released by Faith. The song went on to become a pretty good success and what have you. The highest the song had made was number 26 on the country chart and became a top 10 hit on the adult contemporary chart. So anyway, I still get to hear this song to this day, and I think it's still pretty good. Number 9 is Let's Go to Vegas. Released as the first single from Faith's sophomore album, 1995's It Matters to Me. This song is pretty good, actually, and I was really surprised when I first heard this before this album came out. Anyway, the song, well, is about, a protagonist who persuades her lover to elope to Las Vegas, of course, and I gotta say, it's pretty good, actually. Do you remember the video and what have you? Where Faith singing, dancing in skin-tight PVC pants, a white t-shirt, and black sand outfits among typical Vegas icons, such as showgirls, casino fare, and heck, even an Elvis impersonator. Heck, you can't go wrong with that. Anyway, the song made the top 5 on the Billboard Country chart, and same thing with the Radio and Records chart. Still, I gotta say, you might get to hear this a little bit, but not a whole lot, though. Oh well. But still, Let's Go Vegas, it's good. Number 8 is Piece of My Heart, released as the second single from her debut, Take Me As I Am. Now this song was originally recorded by Irma Franklin in 1967, which apparently was a minor success on the Billboard Hot 100, but became a top 10 hit on their R&B chart. A year later, Janis Joplin and her Big Brother and the Holding Company would go on to record, and that, of course, would be the more popular one. Now, apparently, it was Miss Joplin's biggest chart success and best known song, even though Me and Bobby McGee would go on to become an even bigger one. But anyway, but back to the song. I will say that actually Faith had never actually heard Joplin's rendition, and Hill's producers refused to allow her to listen to it until she had completed her own recording. Well, I will agree with it, but heck, it was pretty good, actually. I do like to hear it a few times. Maybe not every time, but still. I still think it's a pretty good song if you know how that song goes. But it's definitely really good. I do love it. Number 7 is Let Me Let Go. Releases the third single from 1998's Faith, which of course was a pretty big success. Written by Steve Diamond and Dennis Morgan. Well, the song eventually was a pretty good tune. It was actually going to have a pop remix. This was also best known for having background vocals by old Vinny Boy himself. That's who, of course, old Vinny Boy is Vince Gill. The remix pop version would be featured in the movie Message in a Bottle, which, which starred Kevin Costner and Robin Wright. Well, under a married name Robin Wright pen, of course, based on Nicholas Sparks' book, which I don't remember hearing the remix version, but anyway, this was just a very good song. I mean, after I hadn't heard the song in a few years, after hearing it for the first time, I finally get to hear it a little more on this new classic country music station. And it was great to hear it again. I really think this is a very good song of Faith's. Let's see. This song would go on to become Faith's 5th number 1 single. Number 6 is Take Me As I Am, released as the final single from the album of that same name, and written by Bob DiPiero and Karen Staley. This song is the song that introduced me to Faith, and I never will forget the music video, which is just so good in my view. Faith looking so, oh wow. It's hard to say, but I really do love the song. Oh, it was just so great to be introduced to a hot star like her. Anyway, the song unfortunately did redeem herself despite the failure of But I Will. It missed the top of the country chart, reaching number 2, losing to Joe Diffie's monster hit Pickup Man. However, the song went to number 1 on WildOne Records. Despite they said WildOne never made it, and it became her second after Piece of My Heart. Oh well, but to heck with what they say. I still believe it went to number 1 on records, though. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I think Take Me As I Am is an amazing song. I do get to hear it a little bit, but not a whole lot like I used to. But still, I really like it. Or should I say, love it too. Okay, top 5. Number 5 is It Matters to Me. Released as the second single from the album of that same name. This, of course, would eventually give Faith another big hit. Written by Ed Hill and Mark D. Sanders. This song was just so beautiful and amazing. I usually don't like to try to hear it much, but I still have love and respect for it, though. The video for this was exceptionally H.O.T. Yeah, I kind of consider it to be a hot vid way before seeing the vids for songs like my top 2 faves and all that jazz, or heck, even the top 3. Make it top 3 then, never you mind. But Faith looks so amazing in that black dress. Oh, wow. But anyway, this song is just so awesome and amazing. It's beautiful. You know what I mean. The song would go on to be Faith's 3rd number 1. And it would also be Faith's first entry onto the Billboard Hot 100, as a matter of fact, reaching 74. The song would also go to number 1 for in WildOne Records, where it would be a #1 for 2 weeks, which I believe it made her the first to do that. Shania Twain would follow, which look for my ranking of her songs coming up next week. But It Matters to Me is just amazing. I really do love it. #4 is WildOne. Releases the first single from Take Me As I Am. This is the song that would put Faith on the map. Written by Pat Bunch, Jimmy Kyle, and Will Rambo. It was originally first recorded a year before Faith by the country band Zaka Creek. And then later on by another country band called Evangeline the same year. But then soon Faith recorded, and well, it became a big hit. The song would go on to stay on top of the Billboard Country chart for a whole month. 4 big weeks, as a matter of fact. But I really liked how it talks about this girl who's all, well, rebellious and all that jazz. Yes, I mean, like, I love all the lyrics to it. It's just so cool. I mean, this was the song that put Faith on the map, and you can't go wrong with this little number. WildOne is definitely a really good song, and don't you ever forget it. #3 is The Way You Love Me, released as the second single from Faith's fourth attempt, Breathe. Well, in 2000, since Breathe came out the previous year, this is a song that really was so big. Written by Michael Delaney, and I think I'm probably going to pronounce the same one, Keith Follese, who, let me see, if I'm correct, I believe that, who had recently who also wrote Randy Travis's Before You Kill Us All and Little Texas's Life Goes On, plus a lot of other songs, including Faith's husband Tim McGraw's Something Like That, and of course, well, this is a name I didn't mention, Martina McBride's monster hit I Love You, as well as Lone Star's hit Smile. This song was so incredible. There would be an actual country and a radio mix, but this song was another big hit for Faith. The song would spend a 4-week run and a whole month on top of the Billboard Country chart, henceforth giving Faith her 6th #1. And reached #6 on the Hot 100 later on. The song became a big hit overseas, where it made the top 10 in Hungary and Spain, and the top 20 in the UK. I will say that I love the song. I also love the music video too, which was directed by Joseph Kahn, who was mostly best known for doing R&B and hip-hop videos. But this was his first time at country, and well, I read he was a country music person, as he had more recently directed the Forever Country compilation tune, which I have not heard and probably never will because of, well, I don't want to bring that subject up, thank you. But like I'm asserting someone who will also remain nameless, Faith does great role playing in the music video, so incredible. I really loved what Faith did in the music video for The Way You Love Me. I think it was just so incredible. I do get to hear this a few times now on the classic country station, New One I talked about. I have to say, I love it. The Way You Love Me is awesome. Love it. Now for the top 2. This was a tough decision, but I hope you won't hate me for it. #2 is Breathe. Also from the same album, released in 1999, this song was written by Stephanie Bentley and Holly Lamar. This song would easily be Fate's most successful hit of them all, as eventually became a monster hit for her, spending 6 weeks on top of the country chart. The song reached number 2 on the Hot 100 chart. Unfortunately, to our surprise, it became the number 1 pop single of 200, becoming only the second single at the time that topped the year in charts without reaching number 1, which I really think is weird in ways. Anywho, let's see here. Yeah, because actually, because Breathe was the first song not to reach number 1 by finishing the year as the top song, because the first song, which that hadn't happened in almost 35 years. Wooly Bully by Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs eventually did that in 1965. A year after Breathe, Lifehouse's Hanging by a Moment followed. But anyway, the song is a classic power ballad as it's been described. I will say it is incredibly a hot one, especially the music video if you've seen it. Nevertheless, the song eventually became Fate's most successful hit of them all. But the single eventually only went gold, not being as big as my top song. Which, if you know what it is, then I guess you're ready for it. Number 1 is This Kiss. Released as the first single from Fate, and written by Beth Nielsen Chapman, along with Robin Lerner and Annie Roboff. This song eventually put Fate back on the map. Well, after, despite having a little slight downsides with the last couple of singles from her last album, It Matters to Me, Fate eventually redeemed herself with this little number. Of course, it's an up-tempo song where the female narrator expresses the joys of being in love through the act of her lover's kiss. And of course, kiss is one of my favorite words. Don't get me wrong, I just love it. And this song just easily turns me on. I usually kind of refrain from hearing it sometimes, but not all the time. Yeah, I still remember the music video. I watched it when it premiered on CMT. I caught it every time. I even kind of caught it from little window to the door in the classroom when, well, as long as the teacher wasn't even noticing while I was walking through the hallways, even before class even started. I know, it's pretty silly, huh? Anyway, the song became a crossover hit, of course. The song, of course, went on to become Fate's fourth number 1 hit. Anyway, I really was impressed with the song. Reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. Number 14 on the mainstream Top 40 radio airplay chart. And number 3 on the adult contemporary chart. But unlike Breathe, that single went platinum and not gold, becoming Fate's biggest selling single. But even so, I was totally blown by This Kiss. Like I said, kiss is one of my favorite love words. Yeah, it's my favorite love word, actually. But even so, I was amazed. I was stunned by this song. A friend of mine actually did do a cover of it, but I just didn't want her feelings and tell her this. I preferred Faith's version over this because hers was not quite as close to as good as Faith's was. Yeah. But even so, it was great. Anyway, So that's it. This Kiss is my number one favorite Faith Hill song. So what's your favorite Faith Hill song? Do you have a favorite, or how about or do you have a few other favorites? Give me. You can tell me what your favorite song is, or give me a mini ranking of what your favorite songs are of hers in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button right below. Subscribe to my channel as well and be a part of the Big D Nation. Now, I will have a spoiler-free review coming up. That would be my next one, but stay tuned. I might have a special review coming up tomorrow. We'll see. But anyway, thank you for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these other vids and what have you. If you like, go to the upper left-hand corner and see my review of my favorite female country artist, or go to the upper right-hand corner for my ranking of Martina McBride songs that I did earlier today, or go to the bottom left-hand corner for my ranking of favorite songs by the Carpenters. In the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya!